Today, guys, we have a banger of a Reddit thread. Reddit, what was your oh poop? This person is a psychopath moment when meeting people. Okay, so first up, we have a story by Unlikely Coyote 7499. He says, a kid I went to primary school with invited me to his house after school one day. Not many people talked to him because it was a private school, and he was only a student there because his dad was a groundskeeper. I didn't really want to go, but didn't want to be a dick like everyone else, so I said yes, but I couldn't stay long. We went behind his house, and there were several bare spots in the grass. Some of them, a single stick sticking up in the middle, while others had a thin plastic tube poking out. Wait, what the hell? Anyway, he was very excited as he started dinging up one of the spots with his hose poking out. He pulled up a jar with that baby bird in it. What? The hose was poked through a hole in the lid to let air in. He went on to tell me he likes burying things alive. Damn, that's a psychopath, man. Sometimes he seals the jar tight. Sometimes he gives the air hose, and even puts a little food and water in to keep them alive longer. He said, you can't bury them too deep or you can't hear them trying to escape. Damn, that's a serial killer in the making right there. Occasionally, he would pour water down the tubes to drown the animal. I was 8 till 10 years old that time. I'm 52 now and it still makes me sick to think about it. Damn, I feel that, man. That's a weird thing to see a classmate at his house. Damn. Next up, we have this by Exciting Notice 8170. I, 20 female, was dating this dude, 23 male, for a few months and we were getting on really well. Then we both ended up having to move for our jobs at around the same time. He wants to try long distance, so we do. We call most days and watch movies together in our off time. The time zones messed up a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. Out of the blue one day, he just says he doesn't want to be together. I'm like, whoa, okay, a little blindsided, but sure. So I started just going about normal life again and hanging out with friends. The normal post-relationship stuff. After about a month, he begs, like absolutely begs, to get back together. That's already a red flag. Movie type stuff. Sending flowers to me at work, sending handwritten cards almost daily across thousands of miles. And even bought me a ticket to fly out to see him. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll go and see what he has to say. Worst case scenario, I just fly home. So I just got a ticket for 2 days after because I figured I could head out if was being a dick. He picks me up from the airport and is basically how he used to be. Just telling me he missed me and he regretted it as soon as it happened, and it was the biggest mistake of his life. The usual. So we stay with his family because he's like, oh, please, don't get a hotel. I already feel bad enough about the whole month. Just stay with us. And I just thought, hey, free room, I guess. Everything is completely fine for the first few days, and then I get this alert on my phone. And it's a hurricane warning, and saying they're pushing my flight for 4 days later. I'm like, crap. I need to get back to work. I only took like 3 days. When he gets back to the house from work, I tell him about it, and he's like, oh, I know. We already started boarding up the windows. I was a little freaked out, but not too much because I guess that's normal for big hurricanes. So the next morning, he shakes me and wakes me up and tells me to come to the living room. I was like, okay. When I do, it's him, his 2 brothers, his sister, his mom, and his dad. People I've only met on this one instance, and he has a binder. They sit me down and each of them reads a passage from the binder roof of why we shouldn't be together and why I need to move on. And he breaks up with me. in his parents' house, in front of siblings, in the middle of a hurricane power outage. Then, because of the hurricane, I was stuck there for 4 more days with these freaks. Probably not the most psychopath person I've met, but this story is still so strange to me, I had to post it. I have to say, man, that's pretty psychopathic to me. Next up, the last one for today, we have this one by Cool Toast with 14.7k upvotes. It says, "It was an Uber driver. My wife and I took an Uber down to the bars one weekend. Once he picked us up, I could easily tell he was on something. While we were crossing a bridge on the interstate, about halfway to our destination, he says, 'Isn't it crazy that I could swerve off the road and kill us all right now?' Damn, that has to be the craziest thing an Uber driver can say to you. Anyway, I told him to get off on the next exit and cancel the ride. I also reported him to Uber, so hopefully nobody has to get in a car with that lunatic again." Man, I have to agree with that. Let's see what some of these comments have to say. Chemesthesis says, "Really should have kept that intrusive thought to himself." Damn, I have to agree. Everybody sometimes get those intrusive thoughts, but that doesn't mean you have to speak them out loud, man. "I can fall upstairs." Yeah, it says the same. For sure, like I'm sure most people have at least thought about it while behind the wheel. But to say it, I have to agree. And as an Uber driver as well, that's crazy, man. If you like the video, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And see you next time.